Hi, I am Dr. Saqib Mansoor, and I am speaking from my channel Learning Anatomy. And as you know, there is a series of spinal cord lectures going on, and this is the second last of that series of the journal features. And today I will tell that a certain cross section, how it is determined, that which level that cross section is located, and how there's a certain very important points, a very brief discussion, and I you would be briefly able to identify the level of the cross section just going on. Yes. So the levels of spinal cord are determined according to shape of the gray matter as it differs in various regions. You know the internal structure and all the features of the spinal cord from my previous lectures, right? You can go to the shape of the gray matter in my third lecture, the spinal cord, determining the presence or absence of dorsal, intermediate, sulci, and septa. So, like if you're given these cross section without labels, like this is the cervical, right? And this is the thoracic, and this is the lumbar, and this is the sacral. These are mainly, and even the coccygeal. And you are given a certain like this cross section, and how you to determine that this is thoracic or whatsoever it is. So I will give you in short points for determining that. Yes. So first of all, we'll go to the cervical cord, right? So we'll start from above downwards. First of all, we'll the cervical spinal cord, and you see this is the shape of the gray matter over here. This is a white matter. So dorsal, intermediate, sulci, and septa are present. You see here, here dorsal, intermediate, sulci, and septa. This is the septum, and then this is the intermediate and the dorsal, right? This is the dorsal, intermediate, sulci, and septa are present. So you see, very important, posterior horn is narrower and interior horn is broader and expanded. Why? I tell you. Note, posterior horn is narrower and interior is broader and expanded. And because much increase in gray matter, especially in interior column, as there is a large collection of nerve cells, especially those of ventral horns, which are massive from C3 to C8, C3 to C8. Of course, due to the plexus formation, which is a brachial plexus. Anterior roots of the spinal cord nerves here carry the fibers for the innervation of the upper limb in the form of the brachial plexus. So this is a greater increase in the gray matter. And right, the central canal is located more anteriorly in the cervical region. Maybe you cannot determine from this schematic diagram, but it is more anterior. Now we come to the next section, the thoracic level, T1 to T12, right? Thoracic cord, dorsal, intermediate, sulci, and septa are present in the T1 to T6, only upper thoracic 6 levels, and Clark nucleus, dorsal column, dorsal nucleus, right, is located at all thoracic levels, but it is most prominent at T11 and T12, right? This is the point, thoracic cord. And again, this is lateral horns are located at all thoracic levels, T1 to T12. These are the lateral horns. This is the hallmark, I can say, of the thoracic spinal cord, that the lateral horns are there. You know that there is a thoracolumbar outflow, and that is your sympathetic nervous system part. So this is the lateral horns. Ventral and dorsal horns are narrow. Both dorsal and ventral horns are narrow and are typically H-shaped, right? This is typically a butterfly shape. Central canal is located more anteriorly in the thoracic region as well. So in the lumbar cord, what happens in the lumbar cord? So the Clark nucleus is very prominent at L1 and L2. Clark nucleus, nucleus dorsalis. Huge ventral and dorsal horns are present from L2 to L5. Huge ventral and dorsal horns from L2 to L5 levels. So again, interestingly, substantia gelatinosa is very, very large, right? Substantia gelatinosa present here, it's very large. And lateral horn, I told you, thoracolumbar outflow is present only this at all thoracic level at the L1 level, L1 only. not L2, 3, 4, 5. And central canal is present near the middle, right? This is no, it was more anteriorly in the previous section, the cervical and thoracic, and now it comes to the here in the middle. It is similar to the upper sacral segments. So the sacral cord, coming next, below down, identified as two huge oval masses, right, on each half of the spinal cord, connected to each other by a broad commissure. You see, this is the broad commissure and huge oval masses on each side of the body. Substantia gelatinosa is much enlarged. In both ears, substantia gelatinosa is also enlarged. So sacral cord, it is continued. It is much reduced in diameter from S3 to 4 and 5. S3, S4, 5. The sacral cord is much reduced. Central canal is placed posteriorly in this region. It's going posteriorly. So this is the coccygeal segment next. Here dorsal horns are larger than ventral horns, right? Dorsal horns are larger than ventral horns. This is typically, normally the ventral horns are larger. It has a greatly decreased diameter. The diameter here is decreased or shortened. So, and so it's just a few words about the central canal in general. The central canal is placed more anteriorly in the cervical and thoracic regions, near the middle in the lumbar region, and posteriorly in the conus medullaris. So this is a table which identifies in detail the structure of the spinal cord. I will not discuss it here. It's pointless because go to the part 3 of my lecture series on the spinal cord, structure of the spinal cord, and you will get to know in detail. Here it's a very, very simple table from your flow chart, you can say. You can identify the level of the spinal cord by using this simple chart. That's it. So is there a large ventral horn? You see, go for an anterior or the ventral horn in the gray matter of the spinal cord. Is this large? Yes. The level would be from C5, 6, 7, and 8 to T1, C5 to T1. And then again from L2, L4, L5, and S1 and S2, right? So that would be the large ventral horn. Obviously, this is the brachial plexus, and this is the lumbosacral plexus, right? So this is a large ventral horn will identify you, and that would be this level, right? If there is no large ventral horn, the level would be obviously otherwise T2 to L1, T2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and L1. And C1, 2, 3, 4, this would be also no large ventral horn, right? So this is determination. And are both dorsal columns present? What is the dorsal columns? This is the fasciculus gracilis and the fasciculus cuneatus. So if both are present, yes, this is above T5. Here the fasciculus gracilis and cuneatus both are present. And below T5, only which fasciculus is present? Fasciculus gracilis. This you all also know from my previous lectures. So, right? So this is the level. So this is thing. And in the last, is there a lateral horn present? Yes. This is the thoracolumbar outflow, which is your, this is a sympathetic system. All the thoracic vertebrae, T1 to T12 and L1 and L2. And if there is a no lateral horn, the level would be C1 to C8 or L3 to S5. So there is a simple determination of the level of the cross section of the spinal cord from this flow chart. You can remember that and always determine the level at which level the cross section is located. And here you see this picture, sort of this, you can clinically you can get that idea. I don't want to spend any more time in doing that. And I thank you very much for listening and being there for such a long series of the spinal cord. In the next topic, I will present the upper motor neuron lesions and the lower motor neuron lesions. This is a short discussion as well. Thank you very much. And for my encouragement, please do watch my lectures and comment down below and give a thumbs up and subscribe, please. And I wish you a safe time in COVID-19 and third wave, and stay safe and e-learning, and stay all the best. Bye.